All right, so this video is on the Blacksmith. So the Blacksmith is within your slime village. It's probably going to be like the fourth building you purchase and build with your magic crystals. One thing I'm going to preface here, you don't need to rush into it as far as when you build it. So these first three, the Crystal Vein, Tower of Elements, and the Slime Shop, are ones you're going to want to build early on. There's not any like daily reward or benefit really to build the Blacksmith early on, so you don't really need to rush into it. It is going to be very resource intensive once you even build it. It's going to cost a lot of gold as far as forging stuff, and even when you upgrade the forge, which I'll get into in a minute. But that's going to take a lot of gold as well. So in those gold coins, so at that point you're really going to want to have already put a bunch of gold and either have maxed out or just getting closer to maxing out all of your talents. But so as far as the mechanics of how the forge works, so what the forge is you can utilize your excess weapon or armor, helmet, or accessory blueprints and use them to forge new pieces of equipment, which is determined by your forge level. So the things you need to in order to forge new equipment is gold coins, which increase for every different piece of equipment you forge, these ingots which you get from dismantling equipment, and then excess equipment blueprints. So what you can do, and so how this equipment forging level works, so if you click on the info at the top here, so the more you forge equipment, the higher level your forge will be. So if I go and just say, hey, I'm going to go and forge 3 pieces of weapon equipment, I'm going to set that to 3, click forge. So it's going to use 60 ingots, some of my blueprints, and it's going to forge 3 new pieces of equipment for me. These are going to be added to my inventory. And then you can see I actually got 3 experience towards leveling up my forge. The higher your forge level is, the higher rarity you can get from forging equipment. So you can see I got a good rarity piece of equipment as well as 2 commons. So definitely that's going to be something you're going to throw in resources to. The more you forge, the higher benefit you get out of it, which is part of the reason it's okay to wait a bit just before you unlock the forge, because you're going to have to pump in a lot of gold. I want to say to max it out at level 20. I mean, at that point you have used like 800 million gold or something like that. So it's a very expensive thing to do. But it can be nice just because it allows you to get certain pieces of equipment. Later on, you can farm S tier, S rare quality, legendary, and epic equipment, as well as just regular legendary equipment. But you can go through, try and forge different pieces of equipment. It can help you get an upgrade. So I can go and dismantle a bunch of like armor or stuff. If I'm really trying to level up some weapons, you can forge and use that equipment, use the ingots and your excess blueprints and gold towards forging a certain piece of equipment.